delicious. The most recent request of popularity is tandoori chicken, and there's like a number of problems with me making that. Yay! The first problem is that I don't have what's called a tandoor. Here's a picture of a tandoor. Tandoori chicken gets its name by being cooked in a tandoor. The second problem with this is that it requires you to marinate your chicken. You'll probably notice that most of our recipes don't include a marinade. That's because we don't have the time management skills to prepare it ahead of time. But I did this time! Look at that! The chicken's marinated! Wow! 1 day of marination. I made it yesterday. I set some chicken aside to teach you how to do this. But you'll have to think about it conceptually because I'm not going to actually do it. We're using chicken drums today. The first step is to cut into them. You can cut all the way down to the bone. You'll know you hit the bone when it feels like you hit something bone-like. By doing this, you can marinate it better. By putting a hole in the chicken, you could put the marinade in the hole. To make your marinade, you will need some yogurt, Greek yogurt, with all the fat. Also, you will need half an onion, any kind will do, a couple of green hot peppers. These are homegrown jalapenos. A citrus, use the juice of 1 lemon or lime. I used a lime, and that's why I'm showing you a picture of a lemon, because I don't have the lime. Some garlic, I recommend a couple cloves. Some ginger, I used all my ginger, so here's a picture of a ginger. Make sure you peel it and chop it. Finally, you will need some Indian flavor. I've got these bags of Indian flavor. Garam masala. That's a mix of spices. Which spices? Some. You should consult an Indian person. I also added some turmeric powder for the yellow color. One of the other secrets to tandoori chicken is red food coloring. It gives it the color red. Like many foods that are colored with red, you'll want to be careful because you might have an experience with them. It's like the old saying goes, if you eat something that was artificially colored with red and you have to go to the bathroom, you're okay, you're not gonna be dead. It's just the color red. You should mix some drops with water and put it in your marinade. Yeah. In terms of ingredients and proportions, you will get probably the lamest and weakest recipe of all time for me, which is just like a couple cups of yogurt and then all those other ingredients you just put in some and blend it together. And you can tweak it to your own taste. So you put them in a bag. This is real This is real complicated stuff. Rub your chicken in the bag. Make sure it gets in the slits. Oh baby. Here's my chicken. Take it out of the bag. Actually no. Preheat your oven to the highest temperature, but not broil. Just 550 or whatever you got. That sounds good. Here's how you make tandoori chicken. Take your marinated chicken and put it on a pan. If you have excess marinade, let it drip off. Otherwise, don't. I think this was like almost 5 pounds of drums. To complement our delightful Indian delight, I'm going to make a traditional Indian buffet in America dish, which is a salad. Oh shit. Actually, I'm going to wait. When the oven is preheated, put your chicken in it. If you had a tandoor, you would be doing the same thing. Ooh, that's hot. Always remember to clean up after yourself, you slob. Alright, back to the Indian buffet salad. It starts with a cucumber. This is an English one. I'm gonna peel it. I'm doing a good job. Cut your cucumber in half. Reserve 1/2. Now we slice it. Half circles are also called crescent moons. Wow. The salad's complete. I'm just kidding. Next are onions. As I've mentioned in the past, Indian people love onions. It's like the biggest blanket statement I've ever been comfortable saying. Indian people love onions. As they should, they're great. If you don't like onions, this salad is not for you.
I hate onions!
She's exaggerating. All right, we're almost there, baby. Now it's time to add tomato. You can cut it into slices. As you might be able to tell, this is a salad of sliced things. Next, we'll add some chopped coriander. I call it that because that's what they call it, but really it's cilantro. This is quite a bit, maybe an excessive amount for a salad, but you know, why not? Why not just a little? And if you're at a Indian buffet where they really give a shit, they might even put a little citrus on that salad. But usually they don't. Usually it's just a pile of cut vegetables. And we will incorporate our beautiful salad. But seriously, that's all it is. Looks good to me. I like all of these things. Salt. Since we've got the time, we're gonna make a dipping sauce for the chicken, which it doesn't need at all, but we're gonna do it anyways. Here's how you make a raita. It's a yogurt thing that Indian people eat. Here's half a cucumber. You should de-seed it. A spoon is a better tool to use. You de-seed it because there's too much water in the seeds. Lazily chop it. I'm putting it in a pitcher because that's where I'm gonna be blending this thing. Also, you'll want a little bit of onion. Lemon juice. This is 3/4 of a lemon, so that's what I got in front of me. Some mint, a bit of coriander, also known as cilantro. And then most places will put sugar in it, but I like to lay off the sugar, so I'm not going to. A little bit of salt. And finally, the thing that actually makes this work is yogurt. So this is definitely a yogurt base. It's a yogurt thing. Some of the Indian people I know just call this shit yogurt. I don't mean like this thing. I mean like the actual end product. They're like, it's just yogurt. But really it's yogurt with other things in it. This is Greek yogurt. It's thick. I guess we'll make the whole thing. That wasn't really planned, but okay. Okay, well we're just blending. God damn it. All right, see how it tastes. Tastes good to me, the true taste test. Take some naan, put it in your sauce. Nom nom nom, so good. Let's try to do it. Our chicken has been cooking 15 minutes and it's looking too juicy, too juicy. Check it out, too much liquid, holy. So what we're gonna do is what's called a bold maneuver. We're gonna pull it out that really hot oven, and we're gonna try to drain it very quickly. Just to get some of that, you know, the excess liquid off there. Otherwise it'll never crisp up like we want it to. Already you can see that the high heat is starting to cook it nicely. But if all that liquid stayed there, it would never get crispy. I'm gonna turn the heat up even higher to broil. Yeah, never mind. Take it back. If you don't want all that juice, you can take the chicken pieces, put them in like a colander, and hang it over the sink, and they'll like drip out. And that's what we should have done, but we were being lazy, like usual. We'll see how they go. All right, I'm calling it. It smells delicious in here. It looks pretty good. It's been about 30 minutes total cook time. Oh baby, look at that. Nice. You can see you've got the char, which is what you want, but it doesn't look dried and shriveled out, which is what you don't want. It looks good. You also want to let this cool down before you eat it. Obviously. So let's serve that up. A little basamari, a little salad. We'll take one like over here, and we'll take another and do a little crisscross. Applesauce. And finally, we'll spoon a little yogurt sauce there, just next to the chicken. And there you have it. It's a tandoori chicken. Let's try her out. Take our chicken and cut some off. Delicious. It's very good. Wonderful. You should make it. And so I leave you with some video footage of this knife. Stop!